Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribe. Yes, subscribe. Yes. Let's just get into it. If you hear me do anything in the background, I'm making my breakfast. But I just want to talk about let me make the title. I said, I don't know who needs to hear this, but the people around you are acting. And they are. They teach us so much as a child. You know how they taught us, like, oh, sharing is caring? In reality, it's not. That's called acting. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not supposed to share everything with people. And, you're not. And one thing I realized with, like, growing up, it's like when I've been around a lot of people who are actors, they really need to get into the acting business. When I've been around a lot of people who act around me, they always wanted me to share everything, right? And they kind of made me feel guilty for not sharing. So what I did was I shared more and more and more and more and more. In reality, that was a big mistake because you're not supposed to. You're not. And one thing I realized is that every time when it was time for them to share, they never wanted to. That's what you call acting. People want you to do certain things, certain tasks, and tell you, oh, you need to do this and do that. Oh, you need to do this and do that. But when it's time for them to do it, they don't want to do it. So why are you telling me to do that? But you want to know why? Because all of this is spiritual. People want you to do certain things just to get you off track. And it's facts. You ever notice how you be on your grind, you be on your working out, you take care of you take care of your skin, you making sure the baby's all right, you making sure your parents are all right, and then boom, you start to be friends with somebody, and then, they kind of seem like they like your real people, your real friends, etc. Y'all working out, and then boom, they start talking about their life. Oh, my dad died, and this and that, and oh, la 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 la, and you start to feel sorry for them, right? Whole time they're acting. They're just saying this to get you off track. And then when you start to work out more, you're getting more tired. You don't want to work out anymore. You want to just give up because you're thinking about them. You're thinking about, dang, like, I feel so sorry for them, etc., etc., etc. That's mind control. That's manipulation. They want you to feel sorry for them and stuff because they want you to not have, they don't want you to have your, what's it called? They don't want you to have structure in your life, And then 5 minutes later, you see them, and it's like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. I'm over here sad, etc. I'm over here sad, crying. Whole time you over here dancing, you with your dad. You say, oh, your dad was this bad for you, but you over here liking him. So what was you telling me? Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to say that. My bad. You just was trying to make me get off track. And that's exactly what they do. People around you are acting. They are. They get into unnecessary fights with people just to get you away from them. Yeah. You ever see people, because I remember it was these people I know, and they were fighting and stuff, right? They were fighting, and it was sad. Like, they were fighting and stuff. And then, like, a week later, they was like, you know what? I don't really want to be around you anymore, etc. I'm going to stay with these people. But I'm like, hold on, wait. Wasn't y'all just fighting? Wasn't y'all just pulling each other hair? So now y'all back besties? That's called acting. They want you out the picture. You know what I'm saying? They keep telling you all this, all that, all that. Oh, I can't stand this person. They want you to stop liking that person because they know that person is good for you. You know what I'm saying? It's all acting. They all are acting. Another example I went through. You notice how you start to feel guilty when you want to make money? Like, oh, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that. That's acting. Like, oh, why you don't give this person $5? You always want to be stingy with your money. Like, if I had that, I wouldn't be doing that. Then when it's time for them to do what they told you to do, they don't want to do that. That's acting. And another thing is friends. A lot of people around y'all right now are not your real friends. They are acting. And thank you, your level up guru. She has taught me that a lot of people around you are acting, and like they like I've been talking about, like performative, etc. But no, this stuff is serious, like spiritual. These people in the spiritual realm do not like you. They do not. So you thinking these people around you are really good for you. Whole time they're not. You thinking these people are your friends, family. No. They are destroying your life. Everything you're doing, which is good, they want to make sure that you get off track. They want to make sure that you fall off and feel guilty for what you're doing. They want you to feel guilty for making more money. They want you to feel guilty for stop going to certain places. You know, they want you to feel guilty for stopping the substance, use like cigarettes, vapes, marijuana, etc. They want you to feel guilty for that. Just to get you back on that stuff that hurted you. It's all acting. Just to keep you stuck. Oh, well, you know what? I don't really like this certain things. I don't really like this and like that. Oh, I don't like Hello Kitty, da da da. And then you go over to their home, they're trying to hide their closet, but you open their closet, it's full of Hello Kitty stuffed animals. It's all acting. Y'all, it's all acting. You just told me that you hate this person's guts. But now y'all besties, people say, oh, that's called fake. No, that's called acting. A lot of that is acting. Be careful out here. This is why so many people be in relationships for so long, because so many people are acting. And it's like, these people are not your real twin flames. They're not your real anything. They're acting because in the spiritual realm, somebody's giving them downloads that, oh, this is your man, da da da. And it's like, you ever notice how, well, I went through this. So I had a friend and I was in a car with her and we was somewhere and I never told her, I really want to get married anymore. But at the time I did. So I was manifesting and Pinterest, etc. How I want my wedding. And then we was in the car, she was planning her wedding, and then she was like, oh, I want my wedding like this. I was like, wait a minute, I want my wedding like this as well. I'm like, how did you know this? Because she got a download from one of those demons that this is how they must have found out about what I wanted, and that's how she found out about what I wanted for my wedding. Because after that, we started being friends because she started to do weird stuff. And that goes to show you that you thinking these people are really your friend, whole time they're not. These people are fake actors. They are acting. They're getting downloads to make you feel like that they are, etc., just to keep you stuck away from the real people you're supposed to be around. This stuff is very spiritual, y'all. The world is very spiritual. And I never knew the world was this spiritual. This world is very, very spiritual. I'm very mind blown. But it's so crazy because I never told her how I wanted my wedding. But she knew exactly how I wanted my wedding. I saw how she wanted hers. I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted. And people say, oh, that's Destiny's song. No, that was a download that somebody gave her. They're acting as if they're my twin flame. They're acting as if they're my real friends. They're not. They're playing. Because your real friends that God give you, y'all in sync. So when y'all be in sync, y'all gonna get each other. Things are gonna go through. But every time I was in the sync with these people, nothing really went through. They was always in my energy field. I didn't know why, because they were fake. Every time I tried to go after something, it crashed it. But if I was around the real people I was supposed to be around, it would have never crashed it. That goes to show you that the people around you are acting. They are not for you. Listen, y'all. Listen. Why is it that I date this guy and I told my friends about it? It's not working. Because they are sent to destroy your life. They're acting as if they're your real chosen friends, and they're not. Wake up. Wake up. I advise y'all to watch the show Manifest on Netflix. The show is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. They were on a plane, and the plane was missing, and then they didn't know they were missing for 3 years. Then they all started to get these downloads, these visions, but they all were connected. And that's how it is with your real tribe. You all are connected. You know what all of you guys need. Mothers know this when they know what their child needs. But it's like when you connected to the wrong people, the actors, it's like you know exactly what they need at the moment. You can feel it like, oh, I feel like they might need me to come over, or they might need, And then when you go there, they're like, oh my gosh, how did you know? Because you know. But it's like when it's time for you, they know exactly what you need, but they will never call, they will never show up because they don't like you. They're not your real people. And then you'll have dreams. And it's like, you used to have certain dreams like, oh my gosh, I see my friend like getting together with this certain people, etc. Because certain things I'm like, oh my gosh, I think my friend might propose, like get proposed. And then boom. Because I remember I had a dream like that. And then boom, they got proposed. And then, but that's the thing. They'll see that with you too. Let's just say they'll see you, oh, you're going to get a new job. Like a big job that's going to pay you a lot of money. Your real kingdom people, your real tribe will be like, oh my gosh, yes, 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 I'm so excited. Like they wake up so excited. Fake ones, they'll wake up like, oh, hell no, this person can't get it. And then when you go to the interview, they end up not wanting you for the job. Because you're genetically connected to the wrong people. And sometimes you don't even know that. But you wondering why nothing is really working, but everything is working for them. It's because you're helping them out, but they're not helping you out. They are acting. They see you through these dreams. They see who you are. And they see it. And sometimes it just be fake. But that's the thing. Because a lot of these dreams are just imagined. But that's the thing. Once they see you doing well in the dream, they're gonna get mad at that. And they're gonna really make sure that your life be in destruction. So yeah. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. And like, comment, subscribe, and peace. One last thing. You ever notice how a lot of supermodels and, stars, etc., their story always saying how they always got bullied and all of that. I'm not saying people get bullied, but when it comes to you, but look what they became, a model. So every time they got bullied, they always got made fun of their body, their eyes, their nose, etc. But now look at them. They're the faces of L'Oreal. They're the faces of Sephora. They're the faces of One Size. They're the faces of Fenty Beauty. You get what I'm saying? They're the faces of these brands. Everything that they got bullied for, now they are the face of these, that goes to show you that these people are acting. So, and it's really cutthroat, like it's really bad. Because I remember people used to make fun of my body a lot as a kid, but I started to cover it up. I used to wear jogging suits all year round. And I'm glad I did that because I knew that eventually, like I do on Instagram, I show my full body now. I used to be scared to, but now I show my full body. Sometimes I do something that's shirtless, etc. But it goes to show you that how many people are performing. They don't actually really, they doing this to keep you off track. They doing this so you won't do what God told you to do on this earth. He told you to be a model, but you're going to get these fake people that's going to make you feel insecure, etc. So just be careful, y'all. Just really, really be careful. And yeah. It's not that regular type of bullying. This type of bullying will literally hit your subconscious, and your subconscious will pick up on it, and you'll start to believe it. They start to adapt to it because these are demonic people. I'm telling y'all. I learned a lot over these last years.
Go right straight out, look in.
Look in. One quick question.